Hi everyone, welcome back to Clubhouse Sketches. My name is Ashley, and the other week I showed you how to draw Joni. And this week we are going to learn how to draw Pony. Pony is Joan's trusty steed. He is her best friend. They go on tons of adventures together. If you want to see more of their adventures, you can get our Joni's Adventures coloring books. I'll put a link in the description below so you guys can share that with an adult who can help you find those. But right now, we are going to learn how to draw a pony, and we are going to go ahead and get started. All you will need is a piece of paper and a pencil. If you want, you can go outside and draw with chalk. You can draw with markers, crayons, colored pencils, whatever you have around the house. I'm going to be using some paper and some markers just so that way you can see my lines, but don't feel like you need to use what I use. Use whatever you have around the house, okay? All right, so go get your supplies and then come back and we will get started. Like I said, I'm going to be using a pen, but don't feel like you need to use one. Use a pencil or whatever you have. So I'm going to start with the head of Pony. Make a little like crescent shape right there to be his cheeks. And then this will be his mouth. And that right there, that's going to be his nostril once we're done with it. There we go. Did you see that? So we're going to do a line and then a little arch and then another circle. And so that is the top of Pony's mouth. But he needs two little nostrils. So we're going to draw another little arch and draw this in right there. And then we're going to continue this line all the way down. Just like that. And then Pony has a little harness, so let's draw that real quick. So a little bit above the nose, we're going to do another arch. And then put a little circle right here. And then add the other side of the arch. So there we go. And then the harness actually comes up behind Pony's ear. So we'll get back to that in a second. Let's draw Pony's ear first so that way we know where the harness needs to go. So just kind of from here and then go up a little bit. And we'll draw Pony's ear. There we go. And then his harness, just gonna take it from behind his ear and bring it all the way down, just like that. And then let's add in Pony's eye. There we go. And then let's add in Pony's eyebrows. Just like that. And we're going to add the top of Pony's mane. So this is going to be kind of like Joni's curls from last week. You can do as many or as few as you want. So I'm going to make kind of like a weird S shape. So we're going to go down, around, like that. And then I'm going to go back and around. I'm going to do one above it, like that. There we go. So there is Pony's mane. And just somewhere behind here, we're going to add Pony's other ear. So that's the top of Pony's mane. Now let's work on the mane that goes around his neck. So for that, we are going to do something similar. We're going to go right up here and just add in some wavy lines. There we go. There we go. So good job. You've done Pony's head. This is probably the most detailed part of Pony. So once you're done with this, you've gotten most of the hard stuff done. So let's work on his saddle next, because his saddle is going to kind of tell us where the rest of his body should go. So right at the bottom of the mane, I'm going to start right here. Make almost like a really, kind of rounded triangle shape almost. We're going to go around, under, make another arch, and then make another arch right here, and then there we go. So with that in mind, let's do Pony's back legs. So we're a big swooping arch like this. And then this will go into Pony's leg. But first, since we have this done, and this kind of tells us where the tail is, let's do the tail. It's going to be the same as the mane. You can do as few or as little curls as you want on Pony's tail. There we go. Add a little detail right there. Okay, so let's work on Pony's leg. So we're going to start right back here, and then going to go a little arch. This is kind of where his knee would be. And then a straight line, and then another arch. Do a straight line, and curve this. So that's his hoof right here. And then we're going to go up a little bit. So kind of where you put his tail, that's kind of where you want to stop. And if you want, you can move your paper around for this next part. I'm going to actually turn my paper a little bit because it's easier for me to draw this shape with the paper this way. So you're going to do another little arch shape. Just like this. There we go. And that is the bottom of Pony's belly. So when we go in to add some details a little bit later, that line will be very important. But it also tells us where Pony's back leg, that's behind this one on the other side of his body, should be. So we are going to add Pony's back leg. So you see, you go out and do a little straight line with a little rounded edge on the bottom. And then you just do the same thing on the other side. So that's Pony's leg. And then we just need to add his hoof right there. All right, good job. So next we're going to do his front legs. And right where this ends, we're going to come down and we're going to make another little, like knee joint for Pony. And come down. It's kind of like his ankle right here. And we just got to add his hoof. And then his chest will be right here. So you're going to kind of pretend that you're redrawing this line right here. So you're going to go put your pen down, draw this, lift it up, but still kind of follow that line, and then go up a little bit. There we go. Now we're going to do Pony's back legs, his background leg, but it's his front one. So we're going to go down, and Pony's actually kind of bent this leg. So it's going to be a little bit shorter, but still the same thing with a straight line and a little circle, and then a straight line and then a little rounded right here. There we go. So there you go. You've gotten all of Pony's legs done. So now we're going to draw the strawberry basket that's in his mouth because he's taking strawberries to Joni for her to make baked Alaska. And then once we're done with that, we just have a few little details to do with his saddle and one more little detail with his harness. So you are almost done. We're over halfway there. So we're just going to draw a quick little basket. Here we go. Oops. I made a little mistake there, but that's okay. See, that's why it's important to turn your page when it's comfortable for you. Sometimes it's easier if you draw down. For some people, it's easier to draw up like this. You can do this, like you're drawing down, or you can draw up like this. I personally find it a lot more comfortable to draw down. So usually whenever I'm doing curved lines like that, I always want to make sure that I would be going like this. Just a little tip for you. If sometimes something feels awkward for you, always listen to your wrist and your hand when you're drawing. If something doesn't feel right, then make the paper fit right for you. All right, so now we're going to fill this basket full of strawberries. But if you don't like strawberries, you can put whatever fruit you want in here. And if you want to do some veggies, you can do veggies as well. Let's do that. Let's fill this with your favorite fruit. I actually really like strawberries, so I'm going to keep drawing strawberries in here really quickly. I think it could be fuller. There we go. So that's my basket full of strawberries. And now we're just going to do one little line right here, because that's Pony's neck. So what you're going to do, if your fruit or your veggies, whatever you filled the basket with, doesn't come up underneath his head or his chin, you're going to take this line and do the exact same thing. Follow it with your pen or your pencil, lift up, and then when you get to a blank point, you're just going to curve up a little bit. And there you go. So let's finish the little details, shall we? We're going to do a little arch. And then we're going to do little loops. It's a little decoration on Pony's saddle. And then we can't have Joan falling off. So let's make the girth of the saddle right here. All right. And then for when Joni is riding, sometimes she has to steer. Sometimes Pony gets a little lost. So we need to make sure that we're adding in the reins to Pony. So we're going to go from here and go up. And we're going to add in little loops. There we go. All right. There is Pony. So next, I'm going to color him in a little bit. Oh, what do I want to use? I think I'm going to use some markers. Let me go get my markers. All right, so let's start coloring in Pony. So his harness is red. There we go. I'm going to turn my page a little bit. There we go. And let's see, what color should I use? I think we're going to use this gold-ish color. But you can use yellow. Give Pony a little bit of bling. And for his saddle, I think I'm going to do brown. Let's see if I like this color. Yeah, that'll work. I always like to test out my colors first on the side of the paper, just to make sure that they're going to look how I want them to look and react how I want them to react. Sometimes different art supplies will react differently depending on the paper or whatever you're drawing with. I know that saddle probably looks really, really dark to you, but it's not quite as dark if you see it in person. So I think the basket will do a much lighter color. That's not that much lighter. And we'll go with this one. There we go. And did you know that if you want to make a color darker, say if you don't have a darker color that you want to use, if you let the marker dry and then you put the color on top of it again, it will make a darker shade. So for example, let's use that red again. I think I want Pony's, this part of the harness to be a little bit darker. So I'm going to go over it again with red. I don't know how easy it is for you to see that, but it's definitely gotten a little bit darker because I put another layer of the marker on top. So, and then do a little bit of green right here on the strawberries. There we go. Find a really good color for the strawberries. I think we'll do this one right here. Oh yeah, that's a great color for these strawberries. There we go. Now for Pony's mane. Let's see if this will work. Oh, it's a little dark. See if I have a better color. Oh, that's blue. There we go. Let's use this one. So for Pony's mane, I'm going to alternate. So This one will be gray. And we'll skip one. And then we'll leave that one alone. So we'll do that again. There we go. We'll do the same thing with the tail. All right. I think we're almost done. Just add in a little color for Pony's hooves. All right. There you go. Thank you for joining me on this episode of Clubhouse Sketches. Make sure to have an adult help you put your drawing and creations on our Facebook comment section, okay? Because I want to see all of your drawings. Bye, everyone. Have a great day drawing.